So I've spent a lot of time on this channel talking about free speech and how I feel cancel culture is plaguing our society, which it is. Many times people will get canceled, but it's very much disproportionate to the actual offense that they committed, if any. And one person who I feel sort of sparks that debate is a TikToker who's going viral, Lily Gaddis, because she said a certain word that's forbidden to all but one group of people. Take a listen.
Okay, this time I have a beef with the male community. I give my criticisms to all because we are all about equity and inclusion here, right? So I'm sick and tired of all girls getting blamed, or like guys, certain guys, thinking that all girls are gold diggers. I don't know if it's because you get your information from those street interviews in like Miami at 3 a.m. outside of a nightclub. You're getting the opinion of some dumb whores. Yes, they are probably gold diggers, but that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke ass niggas.
But y'all don't say that.
And of course, the internet went wild, at which point she then posted her response video.
So a recent video of mine seems to have upset members of a certain community, and all the backlash just really made me, just really do a deep dive, like do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
Which very much deviates from the normal course of action. You know, where somebody posts something online that shows them in a very bad light, and then they get in a whole lot of trouble, and then just to save face, they post a half-ass apology. Or you could be like Miranda Sings, aka Colleen Ballinger, and sing your apology over a ukulele. Instead, she decided to double down, which I understand there is a history behind that word that I'll never be able to relate to. Two things can be true at once. I can understand how people would be very upset hearing that. At the same time, she didn't use the hard R, and also, given the context of what she was saying, I don't think that she meant it maliciously, personally. And there are people on X who I think would agree with me. As Michaela Rose on X said, "Y'all give the N-word too much power. I could care less. If she's racist, who cares? I see many racist black folks who go unchecked. Worry about yourselves and not other people so much." And Juliet said, "LMFAO, good on her. How many words a day do I hear about whites, colonizers, moon crickets, etc., and etc., etc.? It goes both ways." Both of whom are African American, by the way. And what Juliet said was spot on. We're so quick to excuse anti-white rhetoric because you can't possibly be racist against white people. And in the same breath, we'll villainize them at every turn. And that is a double standard. You can't have it both ways. Either way, because she decided to stand her ground, her employer fired her. As Rose of the Carolinas made a statement addressing a newly hired employee making inflammatory remarks on social media that do not align with the values and beliefs of the company. And as soon as they heard the situation, they pulled from her assignment that she's no longer with the company, that they're owned and operated by African American female and immigrant-owned business and handled the situation as quickly as they could, that they will continue to strive to create a culture of respect within the organization, and dedicated to earning back any confidence that may have been shaken by this unfortunate incident, which they are a private company and can fire her if they want, especially if they feel like she would hurt their bottom line. But that only fueled her, as she took to X to say, "Thanks, Black community, for helping me launch my new career in conservative media. You all played your role well like the puppets you are." Because people were on X calling her an American hero fired for her right to use the First Amendment. And what's more, she was on Alex Jones's InfoWars.
So Lily, thank you for joining us today. But out of the gates, what is kind of your backstory here? I guess you had an X account before it was banned. You created a new one. I mean, what was kind of your presence on the internet? Did you have an internet personality? Is this just like you just make a video now all of a sudden it's like a sensation? What is kind of the backstory behind Lily?
Right. So I've always been super conservative. Obviously, I was raised in a super conservative household. So it's not like being red pilled is new to me. I've always been somewhat active on social media and always super outspoken with my beliefs. And then recently I was like, I'm going to start making, little minute videos of just like me talking about the stuff that we all think, but a lot of us are too scared to say out loud. And I had a few kind of go a little bit viral. So I was like, okay, we'll start an X account. That first one got banned, of course. And then I just restarted a new one, and we're back in business now.
So is it fair to say that you've never gone viral before? You've never had the amount of following or attention that you have now?
This guy gives vibes to Alex Jones. There's something in his voice. I can't really describe it. Like, it's sort of like a heaviness that reminds me and makes him sound like a younger version of Alex Jones. Continue.
This is kind of a big deal, and we've all been there. Like, you have to still stand up and say the truth regardless of what people think, because we don't have the government necessarily as of yet telling us what to do, but we have the mob telling us what to do, and they're controlling the agenda, and they are allowing who can and cannot speak in this country, and that's just not wrong, or that's just not right, because if you want to live in a free country, freedom of speech is the most important part. That's the only way you can preserve the rest of your freedoms. That is the fundamental freedom in this country, and it's really under attack from people who cannot stand the truth being spoken or having any opinion that conflicts with their own personal opinions.
Now, what's interesting is this isn't the first time that she went viral. She also went viral for a rant about nerds in high school.
So all those nerds in high school, like the weird theater kids and the anime people, and you know who I'm talking about, the people we didn't hang out with. So they've grown up now, and they're the ones making the laws. They're the Mark Zuckerbergs. They're the Faucis of the world of nerds. Those dorks that never got laid in high school, and they got a major chip on their shoulder against the normies. That's why you see all these fat ass making laws. Oh, you can be obese and anorexic. Okay, sure. They're the ones inventing clown world. They're the ones in media. They're the actors. You wonder why actors are so politically leftist? Oh, right. It's because they're loser theater kids. They're the theater kids who grew up, and now they're telling me and you what to think. They're telling me and you what to do, and they're making the laws in this country. Well, it's time to stand the up and stop being scared. Like, why are we scared of these people? They were massive losers in high school, and they're massive losers today. It's time to put the nerds back in their place. Stand the up.
I mean, I don't know that there's a correlation between being a nerd in high school who never got laid and being a woke leftist. But all jokes aside, what makes her interesting as well is that she is by no means a political pundit, and clearly she likes to rage bait. And I'm not going to lie, her whole rant about being a nerd in high school was really funny.
I will not have nerds as children.
But whether or not she intended to, she did bring up some good points, like how the Hollywood elite are being used as political mouthpieces to push the woke agendas these days, and also how if there are rules that don't make sense or feel unfair, we should be pushing back and standing up for ourselves. The point is that she is a confounding figure, and just like with everything else, we should take what she says with a grain of salt. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, hopefully I've earned a subscription. Here's some videos for you to watch in the meantime. Until next time, peace out.